Thanks for joining us here on the Bearcats Sports Network. It's time to preview our 2017-2018 women's basketball season, and we're joined by head coach Kari Kerkhoff. And Coach, 2 years ago, the Bearcats made their first ever GLVC playoff appearance. The Bearcats getting into the round of 12 last year. A little bit different story. It was a team that was a little bit younger. You had several freshmen on that team who are now sophomores, and really still a young squad as you head into this 2017-18 season.
We are young with having 5 sophomores and 4 freshmen. However, having the 5 sophomores had some of them had some great experience last year that we can continue to build on. I feel like we've made progress here since starting October 15th, and we're just excited for opening weekend.
Coach, last year offensively was a balanced attack. The Bearcats really did their work on the defensive end, kept the defensive numbers low, but offensively, your leading scorer, Jordan Heberg, averaging right around 8 points a game. Talk about some of your top returning players.
Yes, Heberg had a very nice showing for a freshman season, and we're looking to her to continue with that, and excited that how she's kind of been looking in practice. I feel like we've got some experience, the most experience out of Jordan Morton. I expect her to come in and also be a contributing factor for us, putting points on the board and also rebounding. Defense will always be our go-to for us to be competitive in the GLVC and non-conference. The ladies have done a great job of learning our system, and it's a matter of us a lot of times just defending and rebounding. And this year we're kind of having a little tweak to our offense, and what you'll have seen is a little bit different than the past 2 years, hoping to maybe give us a few more points on the boards to help us out with a few more W's.
Pretty good freshman class as well for the Bearcats coming in. Very guard-laden. Talk about your newcomers.
Yeah, excited about our newcomers. Callie Pullman will be our starting point guard this year. She will play significant minutes for us. A great passer, great leader on the court and off the court, and have already seen that in the preseason workouts and conditioning. The ladies have really kind of looked to her. At the same time, Sydney Dekoff is from Pekin, Illinois, and is a shooting guard, and is kind of surprised people, I think, in terms of what she can do on the court. Those two will play significant minutes for us. Along with Hannah Koth, who originally recruited her to be a little bit more of a 4 player, and maybe we'll be pushing her a little bit more to become a guard this year just because of depth we need in that area. So this is going to be a very challenging year for Hannah in terms of learning a new position and getting experience quickly in it.
Coach, you talked about this team starting practice October 15th, a little over 2 weeks ago. Talk about meshing those newcomers with the veteran players and returning, and how things have gone so far in the preseason.
I've been really proud of our veterans and how the culture has changed from even last year in terms of coming to practice and starting to see some of the habits that they know and expectations without me having to say anything, or our coaching staff. I know there's talk going on in the locker room of expectations of McKendree women's basketball, and it's small things, but it's baby steps, and that's what we need. And all of that will help us continue throughout the year and in the future to build here at McKendree.
Coach, talk about your 2017-2018 schedule a little bit. 2 exhibition games against Division I programs this year, already one in the books against Southeast Missouri State University, and then one upcoming against the University of Missouri. Obviously tough tasks for your teams, but good experience heading into the new season.
That's exactly it. Knowing that we would have a freshman, sophomore loaded team, I wanted us to get us ready and understand how we needed to compete in the GLVC. And so it's a matter of us going in and seeing SEMO and seeing Mizzou and the intensity and how fast they are to prepare us for the GLVC. It's kind of one of the sayings I keep telling the ladies, that, you know what, we need to grow up and play like women when we go play Mizzou and SEMO, just so that they get a taste of it early. And hopefully what that does is we come back from those games and maybe get our eyes open a little bit, and that changes how we practice at the same time to get us to compete in the conference.
Coach, like you mentioned, GLVC play coming up again, 18 games against GLVC foes. A little bit different look this year as it's now 3 5-team divisions. The Bearcats are now in the Central Division against teams like UMSL and Maryville, UIS, and Quincy. Talk about that new alignment and how you think that might help the Bearcats along the run.
Well, I'm hoping in the long run, because of the Central Division and where we're at, that we'll be able to get a few more Bearcat fans at away games. Those are tough competitions on the road, and it would be great to see some fans in purple and gold over there helping us cheer on the men's and the women's teams. I think it's a very competitive division, and I feel like we can compete with any of the other 4 in there. It's a battle every night, and I think that we'll continue to get better as the year goes on, and hopefully come January really hit our stride for that conference season.
Coach, you look all through things, every aspect of your program. What do you think will define success this year? What things are you looking to emphasize heading into 2017-18?
We've talked about that, and we even asked our ladies that in our individual meetings. And I think it's about us coming in and competing every day and challenging each other in practice. And we have to get better at that. It's not there yet, but it's getting there. And I think when we look at, and we've even had our ladies say, defining success in March is about us competing each game, and at the same time continuing for people to understand what their strengths and weaknesses are, and being able to use those strengths and somewhat have other people cover up our weaknesses for us to be successful.
Well, Coach, it's hard to believe the season opens on Saturday, November 11th against Blackburn College right here at the Harry M. Statham Sports Center, 6 p.m. Thanks for joining us, and good luck this season.
Thank you very much.
Don't forget, you can follow McKendree Women's Basketball as long as the rest of our programs online at www.mckbearcats.com.